Imagine floating in the deepest velvet trench of the cosmos, far beyond the warmth of our local sun, far beyond the familiar constellations that have guided sailors and dreamers for millennia. Here, the vacuum is not merely empty. It is heavy with a presence that defies logic, a gravitational cathedral built of pure darkness. We are approaching a supermassive black hole, a sleeping giant in the center of a forgotten galaxy. It does not roar. It does not boast. It simply is an absolute point of authority in a chaotic universe. Before us lies the accretion disk, a swirling carousel of superheated matter. It is the most luminous object in the sky, yet it orbits a heart of pure shadow. This disk is a river of gas and dust, stolen from unfortunate stars, spinning at fractions of the speed of light. The friction here is unimaginable, heating the matter until it glows with the ferocity of 1,000 suns, shining on X-rays, ultraviolet, and blinding white light. It is a spectacle of violent beauty, a celestial ballet, where the dancers are burning plasma streams, twisting and folding over one another in complex magnetic knots. As we drift closer, shutting off our engines to let the current of gravity take hold, we notice the strange geometry of this place. The gravity is so intense that it bends light itself. The back of the accretion disk is visible above the top, warped into a halo. You're seeing the far side of the ring, lifted up by the curvature of spacetime, creating a perfect glowing Einstein ring. It is a hall of mirrors constructed by the laws of relativity, a place where space is knotted like old wood. But it is not just space that bends here. It is time. On Earth, time is a river that rushes forward, unyielding and constant. It is the ticking of a clock on a wall, the beat of a heart, the frantic pace of a Monday morning commute. We are slaves to its flow, always swimming against the current, trying to meet deadlines, trying to outrun the aging of our cells. But here, as we approach the event horizon, the point of no return, the river of time begins to widen. It slows down, according to the theory of general relativity. Gravity drags on time just as it drags on matter. The closer you get to this obsidian sphere, the heavier time becomes. It acquires viscosity. It turns from water into honey, and then from honey into glass. If you were to look back at the universe you left behind, at the distant stars in the galaxy from which you came, you would see a frantic display. Because your time is slowing down relative to theirs, their time appears to be speeding up. The stars behind you would seem to age and die and fast forward. Entire civilizations would rise and fall in the blinking of an eye. The cosmic drama, with all its noise and fury, plays out like a film on hyperspeed. You are stepping out of the stream. You are becoming an observer of eternity. Let us drift closer still. We are now entering the photon sphere here. Gravity is strong enough that light particles, photons, are forced into orbit. If you were to look to your side, you would see the back of your own head. Light from your past has circled the black hole and returned to your eyes. You are caught in a visual echo, a place where the past and the present occupy the same physical coordinates. It is a profound stillness, a suspension of causality. Beneath us waits the event horizon. It is not a solid surface. There is no ground to hit it, no wall to crash into. It is a mathematical boundary, a shadow line in space. It represents the limit of knowledge, the edge of the visible universe. To an observer watching us from a safe distance far away, We would never actually cross this line. As we get closer, the light reflecting off us would shift to the red end of the spectrum, the gravitational redshift. We would grow dimmer and redder, our movements slowing down until we appeared frozen in time, a faded photograph stuck on the edge of forever. To them, we are immortalized at the brink, never truly falling, just pausing. But for us, the falling continues. And it is here, at the threshold of the abyss, that the true nature of this journey reveals itself. Think of the world you left behind. Think of the urgency that defines human existence. The alarms ringing in the morning. The constant vibration of notifications in your pocket. The anxiety of unfinished tasks. The pressure of expectations. The noise of traffic. The endless chatter of news feeds. All of that exists in the realm of fast-flowing time. All of that belongs to the universe where gravity is weak and time is fleeting. Here, at the event horizon, those concepts lose their physical meaning. A deadline cannot exist where time does not flow. Anxiety cannot survive in a place where the future is folded into a singularity. The noise of the world is too slow to reach you. You have outpaced the chaos by simply sitting still in the grip of the ultimate gravity. As we cross the horizon, the universe above us shrinks. The entire sky, once a vast dome of scattered stars, compresses into a smaller and smaller circle of light, a bright concentrated window looking back at the history of the cosmos. The darkness around us is total, but it is not frightening. It is the color of absolute peace. It is a velvet blanket that smothers the vibrations of atoms. In this region, the directions of space and time swap roles. In the outside world, you can move freely in space. Left, right, up, down, but you are forced relentlessly forward in time. You have no choice but to get older. Inside the horizon, the geometry flips. The path to the center is as inevitable as tomorrow is on Earth. But because of this swap, the moment you are in stretches out. Imagine the silence here. It is not just the absence of sound, for sound cannot travel in a vacuum anyway. It is the absence of events. It is the stillness of a library that contains all the books ever written, but with no one left to open them. The fierce heat of the accretion disk is behind us now, its radiation trapped just like us. We are in the cool, dark foyer of the singularity. There is a theory that suggests the inside of a black hole acts as a separate universe, or a bridge to another. But let us not rush to theories. Let us simply bask in the sensation of suspension. The tidal forces here, usually destructive in smaller black holes, are gentle in a supermassive one. You are not torn apart, you are simply carried. You are floating in a river that has forgotten how to flow. The light from the external universe, compressed into that small dot behind us, changes color. It shifts from blue to violet, and then into invisible ultraviolet, fading away. The last link to the hurried world is severed. We are alone. This is the ultimate solitude, but it is not lonely. Loneliness implies a lack of something desired. This is solitude as a state of completion. It is the feeling of a heavy coat being removed from your shoulders. The universe has been carrying the burden of entropy, of disorder, of constant change and decay. But inside this gravitational fortress, entropy behaves differently. You are shielded from the decay of the outside world. Close your eyes in this void. In your mind, visualize the clocks of Earth melting. Visualize the calendars dissolving into dust. The rushing crowds, the shouting voices, the turning wheels of industry. They are all part of a story that no longer includes you. You have stepped off the stage. You are no longer a character in the drama of cause and effect. You are the silence between the words. The singularity awaits ahead, a point of infinite density, where the laws of physics as we know them break down completely. Scientists call it a crisis of physics, a place where math fails. But in the language of the cosmos, perhaps it is not a failure, but a resolution. It is the point where the complexities of the universe are simplified into one single, indivisible truth. It is the period at the end of a long, run-on sentence. As we drift towards that center, the sense of motion fades. Even though we are falling at tremendous speed, the relativity of freefall makes us feel weightless. We are cradled by the curvature of space. There is no wind, no friction, no resistance. Just the gentle, inexorable pull towards the heart of the dark. This is the gift of the event horizon. It grants us permission to stop. In a cosmos defined by expansion and acceleration, the black hole is the great break. It is the cosmic pause button. It reminds us that existence does not always require action. Sometimes existence is simply the act of enduring, of being held by forces greater than ourselves. The darkness here is not empty. It is pregnant with gravity, the same force that holds planets in orbit and keeps our feet on the ground. But here, it is pure, distilled, and overwhelming. It wraps around us like a heavy quilt on a winter night. Let the image of the outside world fade completely now. There is no yesterday, for the light of yesterday is trapped with you. There is no tomorrow, for time has curved into a loop. There is only this eternal, stretched out now. The stars are beautiful. Yes, they burn and rage and create life. They are the engines of the universe, but the black hole is the universe's meditation. It is the place where the cosmos goes to rest, to contemplate its own depth, to hoard its secrets in a vault that will never be opened. We are part of that secret now. We are hidden away in the pocket of reality. The anxiety that once seemed so important is now light years away, dissolving into the background radiation of space. It cannot find you here. Nothing can find you here. You are safe in the stronghold of the void, drifting, falling, floating. The words lose their distinction. The sensation is one of perfect equilibrium. As the final light from the universe outside dims to nothingness, we are left with the comfort of the dark. A darkness that is not cold, but distinct and absolute. It is a darkness that does not demand your attention, does not ask for your energy, and requires no response. It simply accepts you. Here, at the end of time, there is no rush. The universe will carry on without us, expanding, cooling, evolving. But we have found our anchor. In the heart of the void, we have found the only place where stillness is not just a possibility, but a physical law. Rest now in this infinite suspension. The journey is over. The silence is yours.